So tell me a little bit about yourself.
Sure. Well, again, as you know, my name is Ken Smith. Um, I was born and raised in New York. I'm the oldest of four siblings, and yeah, while living in New York, I was able to meet my wife of 37 years, Carol. And with Carol, I have two adult children, Jessica and Kenny, and they're pursuing their career paths now. While on Long Island, I of course attended elementary schools and high school and began my college career.
Okay, thank you. So can you tell me a little bit about your past work experience?
Sure, I kind of break my experience up into three phases. Early on, I worked for companies such as Arthur Treacher's, Wendy's, Taco Bell. That was my early learning experiences. My second phase of life was when I relocated to Florida and was able to join Burger King Corporation. While with Burger King Corporation, I was able to start out as a manager trainee and work my way up through their system, touching all the bases from assistant manager, general manager, area supervisor, um, and then recently, now in the final phase of my career, I was able to join McDonald's. And with McDonald's, I started out as a general manager and am now in my current position as area supervisor.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Can you describe at any time that you work well on a team?
Well, yes, working in a restaurant environment my whole life, a restaurant is like a team. Basically, there are various levels of leadership in the restaurant. You have the restaurant manager or general manager, the assistant managers, and then, of course, your crew personnel who basically execute the daily operations and um, uh, take care of the customer. That's where the tire meets the road. Consider the general manager like the quarterback and the assistant managers as the line, and then of course the crew as the running backs.
Okay, that's a good synopsis. Okay, can you tell me any time that you had too many things to do and you had to prioritize your tasks?
Sure, sometimes it feels like we always have too much to do, but during the course of a day, there are a lot of things to do. On one occasion, or on several occasions, especially right now, I'm in the middle of a process that we call our business review, and that entails preparing my restaurants for inspection. I have one coming up shortly, and basically what I have to do, it's a pretty extensive process where we look at all aspects of the business, from quality service and cleanliness to food safety and security. It's my responsibility to break that visitation form down into small pieces that my teams can handle and not be overwhelmed. It does take place over the course of a day and a half in the restaurant, looking at all of the systems and processes that we have. So it's my responsibility to, number one, communicate the things that will be looked at and ensure that the restaurant is prepared to achieve a passing grade on the review.
Okay, thank you. Can you tell me about a time when you had to go above and beyond the call of duty and how did you handle that situation?
Well, yes, there was a time as a general manager, as a matter of fact, where the current supervisor was on vacation. I was kind of the second in command, the senior manager responsible for the group of restaurants. A situation occurred in a restaurant where they were visited by a health inspector um, who was kind of new to their position and unfamiliar with our operations and a lot of the uh, procedures that we had in place. We did not receive a acceptable grade and were given a very short window of opportunity to correct the issues in the restaurant. Um, what I needed to do then is evaluate the report, prioritize the items on the report, and then again assemble a team to go in and address those issues. Everything from our maintenance department to our distribution center, all the way down to the restaurant manager and the existing team of managers that were there. So as a result of what we were able to accomplish, we were able to achieve a passing inspection on the return of the inspector.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Can you tell me about a time when you worked effectively under tremendous pressure?
Well, again, every meal period in a restaurant has its own pressure. We put a very high standard of acceptability on ourselves, and of course, our customers have come to expect the same thing. On one occasion, on top of the responsibilities of serving a high volume of individuals in the restaurant, an elderly woman happened to take ill. She actually lost some consciousness due to a drop in her blood sugar. She was a diabetic. She was also with a young adult a child who was completely distraught and thought that his mother, or I should say the grandmother, was actually dying right in front of him. Um, so I had to, obviously take measures to ensure that the restaurant continued to operate efficiently with as little disruption as possible. I had to organize my people in order to get the proper authorities to the scene, and then of course make sure that I was working on reviving and keeping the individual alert until the paramedics could arrive. Um, I was able to do that, and she was successfully transported to the hospital where she received the care that she required.
Take care of my cousin. Okay, thank you for that. That was really some. Okay, can you give me an example of a time when you showed tremendous initiative?
Well, over the years, I can think of several. Most recently, we were developing processes and procedures for our side-by-side drive-through system at a location that did not have that system in place. Um, what I had to do is, in looking at the format of the restaurant, number one, we had to develop a plan to execute side-by-side operations. I had to go ahead and um, stand back, take a look at the business, um, do a complete diagnostic of the environment and the location, and then create policies and procedures that would give the proper direction to the crew to maximize efficiency of the drive-through. Obviously, customers coming through the drive-through expect a speed of service response, and we needed to do that. By doing the diagnostic, it indicated a couple of opportunities that we had to correct with the facility itself, and then of course with some of the location of equipment inside the restaurant to maximize our crew's ability to serve the customers.
Okay, thank you very much for that, Ken. Is there anything else you would like us to know about yourself?
Sure. When I'm not at work, I love to spend time with my family. Like I said, been married to my wife for 37 years, have two great kids. We like to do some outdoor activities, fishing. We love sporting events. Um, Something that most people don't know about me is, I'm kind of fascinated by birds. I like to bird watch and identify different birds, and basically, just like to have a good time and quality time with the family.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for speaking with me today. I look forward to hearing from you soon.